Yo, what's going on YouTube? So in today's video, I will be bringing you guys my top 5 best loadouts to use in Modern Warfare 2. Now I know the game has been out for quite a bit some time now, but I'm still trying to show you guys just the most overpowered loadouts that you can use so you can win a lot of those gunfights in this multiplayer experience and you can get a lot more wins and slay out on the opponents. All that I ask you guys to do is just make sure that you hit that like button, thumbs up. Please hit the thumbs up on today's video just so we can push these class setups to people who really may need them. Also, if you like any class setup that I post in today's video, make sure you hit that thumbs up as well. Also subscribe just so we can keep growing and growing and growing. I really hope these class setups work out for you guys. I'm telling you, you will not be disappointed after I give you these class setups in today's video. And without further ado, let's hop right into the first setup. Now coming through for our first class setup we have is the M4, and I just want to hop right into the class setup for you guys. So we will be using the 45 round mag on this weapon. I use the 45 round mag just so we can be able to eliminate a lot of our opponents. We are playing like shit, man, and things like that, so you really want to maximize how many kills you get with these weapons. So you just want to put on the high, I'd rather put on the 45 round mag instead of a 60, just so you can still preserve some of that movement speed and some of that mobility and handling, like the aim down sight speeds and whatnot. So let's go ahead and hop right into our next attachment. We have the X10 Havoc 90. This is a muzzle and it gives us horizontal recoil control and vertical recoil control, just so we can stay on target. Like literally, you want to be able to maximize as much recoil control as possible, just so your gun won't be wonky and you can get way more kills. So let me go ahead and show you guys how we tuned this barrel. We tuned it to give it maximum recoil stabilization and maximum gun kick control. As you can see on the graph right here, we have green in the recoil section. That means we are controlling our recoil a lot. You will not stir away from using these attachments and tuning them the right way. So I highly recommend you do this as well. So going into our next attachment, we have is the High Tower 20-inch barrel. What this barrel does, it gives us best bullet velocity, damage range, recoil control, and hip fire accuracy. All in all, this really helps us stay a lot more accurate controlling of our weapon, with the option also to maximize how far and fast our bullets travel, meaning that you can get kills at further distances and you can really shred your enemies a lot faster. Let's quickly show you guys how I tuned this barrel as well. We gave it aim down sight speed so you can be able to aim down sights a lot quicker, and we also put the aim walking speed to about 0.39 on the negative side towards aim walking speed. Therefore, you can have a lot more mobility when you're using this weapon as well. So I highly recommend you guys tune the barrel for this. Next attachment we have is the 5.56 high velocity. What this does is grants us just extra bullet velocity with the kind of taking down damage range, but how we tune this will still gives us that damage range and even more bullet velocity. So let's go show you guys how we tune this. Into tune, we added even more damage range and even more bullet velocity. Therefore, we maximizing how far and fast our bullets travel, and we can get those kills at those further distances. And popping right into the last attachment we have is the Tempest P80 Strike Stock. This really helps us with a lot more movement speed and mobility, also while giving us the chance to add a little bit more handling into our weapon. We have sprint speed, aim walking speed, crouch movement speed, and aim down sight speed. Now let's go ahead and get into the last tune for this weapon, which will be aim walking speed at negative 1.24 on the mobility side. Like I said, you just want to be able to have that extra mobility into this weapon, and also adding the aim down sight speed side on the negative 1.68. Therefore, we still can aim down sights a lot faster as well. So this is the first class setup. This is the M4. Make sure you guys get this class setup down, and let's go ahead and hop right into the next weapon. Now coming through for our next weapon we have is the Chimera, aka the Honey Badger. One of the most versatile weapons in this game, mainly used as like an AR SMG, kind of close range to mid-range gunfights, and it really shreds. It's a very great weapon. So let's go ahead and waste no time and hop right into the class setup. For our first attachment we have is the 45 round mag. I like running the 45 round mag on this. Like I said, it's used like an SMG, kind of a fast fire rate, so you really want to just maximize how many bullets you have in this weapon. That's our first attachment. Let's go ahead and get into the next attachment. We are using the 300 black hollow point. Now, it adds crippling power, which hollow points rounds deform on impact, slowing the target and disabling sprint for a short time. I like to be toxic, so I love using stuff like this. That's just me though. But adding that crippling power into this really adds extra damage as well. And to tune it, you also add even more damage range to maximize how far our bullets travel, and adding bullet velocity in so we can maximize how fast our bullets travel as well. So getting into our next attachment, we have is the FSS Shark Fin 90, giving us aiming idle stability. So this is the only pro, no con, and it's a really great lightweight option to have as a underbarrel on our weapon. And then to tune it, we have aim walking speed and aim down sight speed going all the way down, just so we can have some extra mobility put into our weapon. I mean, this is really a very lightweight, fun option to use while you're, running around spraying on the enemies. Like, this is a very good gun. So I highly recommend that you use this as the tune. And then for our next attachment, we have is the VLK Laser 7 milliwatt. And what this does is gives us aim down sight speed, aim and stability, and sprint to fire speed. So what this does is just maximize how our handling and accuracy is put into this weapon. There is no tune for the laser, so let's go ahead and just hop right into our last attachment, which will be the D37 grip. This just grants us extra recoil control, and that's really all it is. I mean, this gun can use some recoil control, so let me go ahead and show you guys how I would tune this. And we would put that sprint to fire speed all the way up, and we will maximize our recoil steadiness just so we can be more accurate and stay on target with this weapon. So this is the class setup for the Chimera. If you would like, make sure you take a screenshot or whatever, and let's hop right into our next class setup. Coming through for our next class setup, our next weapon we have is the MP5, aka the Lachmann sub. This is a very great weapon to use in Modern Warfare 2. So I don't want to waste you guys' time. Let's hop right into the class setup. So coming through for our first attachment, we have is the 40 round mag, giving us just some extra magazine ammo capacity. This is an SMG. We like to have as many bullets as we can, but without hurting other assets of the weapon. So I'd rather just go with the 40 round mag. It's just really lightweight option to use with adding more ammo. Our next attachment we have is the FSS Shark Fin 90, giving us aim and idle stability. Like I explained with the Chimera, it's just a lightweight grip, giving us nothing but one pro, and we can also tune it to maximize it however we see fit. So to tune this, I leave the grip at just 0.01, just leave it like that. And then we also put the recoil stabilization shot up to 0.31, just so we can still have some recoil stabilization in our weapon, being a lot more accurate and controlling. Next we have is the FTAC Castle Comp. This grants us horizontal recoil control and vertical recoil control. With this, it helps us stay a lot more accurate. We can control our weapon a lot more, and the weapon won't be a lot bouncy and it won't be wonky. So to tune this as well, we put the gun kick control all the way up, and I put the aim down sight speed about -44. As you can see, we still have great recoil control with our weapon, being that we can still see green and it's going down towards the recoil side. So that's how we tune our muzzle. And next we have the VLK Laser 7 milliwatt. This gives us aim down sight speed, aim stability, and sprint to fire speed. A great laser option for us to use in Modern Warfare 2. You just want to have that accuracy and handling put into our weapon. Next, for our last attachment on the Lachmann sub, we have is the Lachmann TCG -10. This gives us recoil control, being that we can stay a lot more accurate while using this weapon. This is still a great weapon overall, and we have a lot more speed and mobility still built into our weapon. So let me go ahead and show you guys the tune. I put it at -0.09 on the sprint to fire side. Not really much, that we can tune in that position, but we also put plus 0.23 on the recoil steadiness side. So that is the class setup for the MP5, aka the Lachmann sub. Let's go ahead and hop right into the next weapon. Our next weapon we have is the MP7, aka the Veil 46. This is a crazy weapon. I found this class setup just messing around with some friends, and this was really a great setup, and I would love to go ahead and showcase it to you guys. So without further ado, let's hop right into it. Going into our first attachment we have is the ZLR Combat Grip. This grants us recoil control, being that we can stay a lot more accurate and controlling of our recoil so we can hit our shots a lot more. Let me go ahead and show you guys how we tune this. We put the sprint to fire speed all the way up and the recoil steadiness all the way up, just so we can have a lot more handling. We can engage those gunfights off of the sprint a lot quicker, and we still have that recoil steadiness, so we can stay on target and our recoil will be a lot more steady and we can hit our shots more. Next attachment we have is the Veil A568 collapse stock. This gives us aim down, sight speed, sprint to fire speed, movement speed, and hip recoil control. This grants us a ton of mobility and handling with this weapon. And there is no tune for this stock, so you don't even have to worry about it. Our next attachment we have is the VLK laser, 7mm watt. This just grants us some aim down, sight speed, aim stability, and sprint to fire speed. This as well does not have a tune, but you already know this is the best laser to use in the game, just granting us a lot more handling and accuracy in our weapon. This class setup will kind of be a little fast, so I'm sorry about that, but it's just some attachments you don't have to tune, and that's great. Next we have is the Lock DX 203mm barrel. This gives us bullet velocity, damage range, recoil control, and hip fire accuracy. Being that we have the bullet velocity and damage range built into this weapon, with this little SMG, we can maximize how far our bullets travel and how far we can get those kills in them long distance gunfights. And we also have some recoil control and hip fire accuracy, so we can stay a lot more accurate and we can control our recoil a lot more, especially if we have to shoot further or we just, you know, winning those gunfights, we stay a lot more accurate. And to tune this, we give it aim down sight speed, just so we can aim down sights a lot faster. I love having fast ADS. Every gun in this game has slow ADS unless you tune it properly, and then we have the recoil steadiness just so we can still be a lot more controlling of our recoil and be a lot more steady and smooth. Then for our last attachment we have is the X10 Razor Comp. This gives us horizontal recoil control and vertical recoil control, being that we can just stay a lot more accurate in controlling of our recoil, like I always say. And to tune this as well, we got the gun kick control all the way up and the recoil stabilization all the way up, just so we can maximize our recoil stabilization and our gun kick control. This is the class setup for the MP7, aka the Veil 46, and let's go ahead and hop right into the last weapon. Now coming through for our last weapon with the top 5 overpowered loadouts we have is the TAC 56, a great versatile option that you can use in this weapon, giving out high damage, mobility, and overall very easy to use recoil control, and everything about this weapon is just great. So let's go ahead and hop right into the class setup. We have the 40 round mag. I always explain to you guys that having these magazines in the game modes that we play just enables us to get a lot more kills at one time, especially if you have more than one enemy stacked up upon each other. You can take out those enemies with no problem. So that's our first attachment. We have the 40 round mag. Our next attachment we have is the Edge 47 grip, just giving us some aim and item stability and recoil stabilization. And to tune this, we gave aim walking speed and recoil stabilization. Next we have the Echoline GSX, giving us some sound suppression and recoil smoothness. And to tune this as well, we got the bullet velocity going all the way up and the recoil smoothness going all the way up. Our next attachment we have is the TAC short barrel, giving us some aim down sight speed and hip recoil control, so we can, you know, aim down sight speeds a lot faster. And to tune this barrel, we got damage range going all the way up and recoil steadiness going all the way up. And our last attachment we have is the TV Cardinal stock. This is a great one, giving us some mobility with this weapon, aim walking speed and sprint speed. And to tune this, we got some aim walking speed going all the way up and the aim down sight speed going all the way up. So these are my top 5 loadouts that I would use in Modern Warfare 2. I hope you guys really enjoyed today's video. Click the like button, subscribe, let me know how it is down in the comment section. And I'm gonna see you guys in the next one.